What's up, guys? It's Sunday, February 4th, 5:44 p.m. And this is going to be a Sunday weekly chart kind of market update looking ahead for the week. I actually go to the Drake concert tonight in about 2 hours. So I'm going to be tied up after this video for the rest of the night, but I'll likely be staying up all night. So I'll be able to be in the Discord shooting out extra charts, seeing with this weekly candle close if anything changes after that point. So I'll be in the Discord later tonight after the concert. But for now, I want to get out this market update video on the weekly chart for a lot of the market drivers. So looking at the dollar on the weekly chart, we're seeing that TSI cross up. We're seeing that stock RSI cross up. The pink and the blue are flirting with each other, trying to figure out what it wants to do. And basically, this is going to be the week that decides, is the dollar going to go into a big uptrend, or are we going to get rejected here and then roll back over? We are, though, we got to keep in mind, under the zero line for the TSI on the weekly chart, which is fine for now. It's good. We need to maintain below it. So if we do cross up this week and get up to that zero line, we better hope by the following week that we cross back down. We do not want to see a weekly cross above that zero line, because then it's set in stone that the dollar is in a for real uptrend for the coming week. So for the dollar right now, we are seeing a shift in the tides, but it's not solidified yet. We got to wait for that weekly TSI cross up above that zero line. And then if we did pop up, our spot we would go to is around 104.26, and 104.5 is really the key level, which is the trend line coming down here from the top in 2022. We'd want to see a rejection at that point and then roll back over at that point. And then if we did break that kind of trend line coming up here, then it's very likely we would come down to this trend line like that and come down below 100, below 99, and below 99 will be fireworks for crypto with the dollar meltdown going below that level. So that's what we're watching for the dollar. We're just kind of seeing what it wants to do right now. It's in limbo. Looking at Bitcoin dominance on the weekly chart, the momentum is headed to the downside, but we still are in bullish market structure, signified by that pink above the blue. We need to see that pink come down, blue cross up. And then if this stock RSI comes up, we want to see it get rejected by that 50 line. And then if this TSI starts to cross, we want to see it start to roll over for Bitcoin dominance. And ultimately, a break below 50%, this right here, will cause a meltdown in Bitcoin dominance, which will be the altcoin season that we're looking for. So that is what we're waiting for, altcoin season. And if we do pop up, then 54.3% is the level to get rejected at. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weekly candles get rejected at that level. So that's our rejection point or our resistance. This is our support. We're going to range until we break one. Then looking at others dominance on the weekly chart is, we do have the pink above the blue, but the pink has now gotten below the 50 line. Blue is starting to come up, but it's pointing down right now. Stock RSI lost the momentum. We need to cross back up above that 50 line ASAP. And the TSI has crossed down and MACD flipped red. Not the best looking, but there's times where we, in the middle of a trend, kind of do that, like back here, February, March-ish of 2020, we came down a bit, then we popped back up. And then there were other times where we've crossed down, but we didn't have the flip to red. So it is a little bit of a concern right now for the others dominance, especially because we have this trend line coming up like that, and we're right at it right now. So we definitely need to maintain above 11.61% for the others dominance. As you can see, critical level back here, 2017 resistance, 2018 resistance, 2020 resistance, got above in 2021 when we were in that raging bull market, held as support, broke it in 2022, came up, resistance there, resistance, got above, and we're holding firmly as support. So that's our critical key level, concrete support right here that we must hold above. So definitely this week, we want to see the others dominance have a nice spike so the weekly chart can start to pull up. Looking at the total crypto market cap on the weekly chart, we are pulling down here in the momentum. The pink is still above this red line though, which is good. We want to maintain that being above there, because looking at the past bull markets, when the pink's above this 80 line or the 50 line, the red dotted line here, we're in a raging bull market. Yeah, and then back in 2017 as well too, raging bull market. Once we dip below there, it doesn't look good. Like back in 2018, we got below. That was the start of the bear market. Here, 2019, we got below, started this downtrend for a double bottom. Then we got above here in 2020, 2021. It was our raging bull market, got below. And that was May 2021. We got below. That was our warning sign that, hey, maybe this trend's weakening. We actually held the line, popped up, got back above again. But then when we dipped back below, that was the start of our bear market. So we definitely need to maintain above this level, and we're right at it. So definitely want to see stock RSI on the weekly chart this week or the week after have a cross up here. And then the TSI is going sideways right now. So it's fine to go sideways as long as we pull up like that and we don't have a confirmed cross down on the weekly chart for the total crypto market cap for the momentum. If we pull down, then obviously the key level is this wick right there, which is around 1.46 trillion. And then we really need to get above with a weekly candle body close above 1.61 trillion. So many weekly candle bodies just getting stuck under this line. A lot of wicks up there. So definitely this is a concrete ceiling right now that we're struggling to get above, but all it's going to take is one pretty strong move with a pump above there, and then we'll be off to the races. But definitely a critical level right there. So that's where we need to get above 1.625 trillion, and we need to first level hold 1.575 trillion. If we break that, then we have right below at 1.555. We break that 1.51, and then our last final line in the sand is 1.46. And if we break that, then we're having a more substantial correction, probably down to 1.2 trillion. Looking at the total three, the altcoin market cap, our critical support is this weekly EMA ribbon and 200 moving average there around 422 billion. So in my opinion, max downside for the altcoin market cap, if we pull down, is about 10% on the short end. On the max end, I think we come down to this 50 moving average on the weekly and the yellow 200 exponential moving average, which is 22%. So those are our key levels. I don't think we're going to break below that. And where do we need to get above? We need to get above 512 billion. And then we can kind of retest these highs up here. If we break above there, our next stop is right here, which was our fall off point in May of 2022, the bear market. So 600 billion. Critical to get above there. And then looking at the TSI, we are starting to come in. There's times that we do that though in the bull market where we start to come in also, and then we cross up. But let me see. All right, we have no weekly sell now over here. If we go to the daily chart, yeah, getting above the 1 day, 50 day moving average at 488 billion is so key. We need to maintain above there. So 488 billion, we must hold above. And then the likelihood of us pumping up through these previous highs is much greater. And then we need to see that 1 day TSI get above that zero line. Right now, it's kind of hanging right below it. You don't love to see that. So in the next 24 to 48 hours, we definitely need to see that TSI cross up above that zero line. And that's for the total three, the altcoin market cap. We're holding the EMA ribbon on the daily right now. Others market cap, though, excluding the top 10 cryptos, is flashing on 1 week sell now at this moment. But looking to the past, is it a concern or not? There was times where it hit the utmost top, and then there was times where it called the local bottom before rallying up higher. In my opinion, we're more at this point than being at a high, ultimate high for the market. So if we were to kind of take this pattern and kind of match it up, we're like at here. We're there, and we're just going to range a little bit to like March, and then maybe April comes around, May, and then we have a big pump up into the fall. And then that could be our bull market top there for all of crypto. So right now it's following this pattern to a T. This is so far so good looking at the past as far as we didn't break the weekly 21 moving average here. And right now we're above it, and it is currently sitting at this wick that we had just did last week. So 174 billion is definitely the key level to hold on the weekly chart where candle body closes. And we definitely, just like everything else, need to see a pop up in the momentum here. But we're holding this dashed red line right now, holding as support. We definitely need that to continue. If we break that though, because looking to the past over here, we did break it. We came down to this horizontal line. Then we would come down to this level here at 30. And that's the must hold level in my opinion. So that's that. Now let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin at a critical level right now, 42.5K. Our key kind of support, our concrete support is 42K. Being on the 6-hour chart, we have our 50 moving average there. We have our exponential 200 moving average right there. And looking to the left and the psychological level of 42K. 42K is the must hold level. The 6-hour TSI, we need to immediately cross up like that. We don't want to see us cross and waterfall below that zero line, or we're going to have some blood. Right now, it does look like we already had a little bit of a drop. Hopefully that could just be it. It could be it, because looking at this low to this high up here, we already did touch a 786. And so this could be it. But we definitely need to see that TSI have a pop up, and not get below that zero line. And we need to reclaim 43K. Get above 43K will open up the doors for getting above 44K. And if we can get above 44K, the likelihood of us retesting kind of our previous highs around 46 to 47K is greater. But right now on that 6-hour chart though, that blue is getting ready to cross up above that 50 line. The pink is ready to come down. So definitely we're at a key moment and decider for how this week may play out. So I'd be watching the 6-hour chart for Bitcoin with the pink and the blue, and making sure that the pink maintains above and that zero line in the TSI. And then on the 12-hour chart, the stock RSI with the 50 line is the holy grail, I'd say. But look at the 12-hour chart, how the EMA ribbon flipped from green to red. Now it's flipping from red to green. We held that support as well too. We have that 50 moving average on the 12-hour chart right at that key level of 42K as well. So that definitely a must hold level. If we break that, 41K is next, and then 40K, and 40K has got to hold, or the odds open up for retesting down to the 37K level. But yeah, the 12-hour stock RSI 50 line is the holy grail. Crossing below it is no good. The likelihood of a dump is much greater. Crossing above it, the likelihood of a pump is right there. So looking at the entire past here, we had a cross above the 50 line. This was back in October. That was the start of our pump. We had a cross down. We went sideways until we crossed above here. We had a little pump, came back down, went sideways until we came up here, a little pump, sideways. We had a cross up above that 50 line, cross up above that 50 line, had our pump, got below the 50 line here. We had our dump, and then got here, a little pump. So it's kind of just been upwards range sideways. But when we have a cross up above the 50 line, we can bet the odds of a pump. But if we cross down below that 50 line, it's likely we're going to have a little dump. So right now we do have the 12-hour stock RSI peaking below that 50 line. So that's why it's critical within the next hour or two that we see a pop back up to reclaim 43K, so we can null and void this cross down and for this to cross up like that. And then we'll be safe. Because if this does officially cross down, then we'll see that TSI cross down, that MACD flip red, and then we're so close to that zero line. If we cross down and go below that zero line like that, the cause for a bigger dump is definitely likelier, and will likely come down to 40K. And we would hope to want to hold that level if you want to see more upside in the immediate short term. If we don't hold that level, it's likely we're coming down. So that's that. XRP, looking at the daily chart. So we got the 1-day buy now yesterday. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're going to get the 1-day buy now today, actually. So in an hour and a minute, if we can just maintain where we're at right now, we'll see the buy now trigger on the bots. So we had the buy back here at 50 cents, the sell up here at 67 cents, and another buy at 50 cents right now. So finally, XRP came down so much that now it's triggering the bots. Perfect level to, buying low, selling high. Right now, it looks like it's going to trigger in an hour right now. So usually when we have that buy, we're either right at the bottom or a little bit lower. I don't see us having more than a 10% drop from where we're at now with XRP, given the whole pass. Looking at this, usually when the buy now comes in, most of the downtrend is over. So solid right now as far as XRP goes. And then looking at the 7G, the multi-time frame signals, we have a 3-day prepare to buy soon, a 2-day prepare to buy soon, massive high time frame signals, the 3-day and the 2-day. And as you can see, we have the prepare to buy soon right there. Just like back here, we had it. So like solid, very solid. And then the 2-day chart, we have the prepare to buy soon. And then the 1-day chart, we had the prepare to buy soon and the buy now. And the 12-hour chart, we already had the prepare to buy soon, the buy now, the 11-hour, the 9-hour. So it looks very solid as far as the bond being in for XRP. And it could be a big week this week for XRP. So definitely time to pay attention to it. And really, if you can get that 1 week stock RSI cross up, it's game on. All we need to do is just, and really this is the week to do it, is to have a strong move so we can have this TSI cross up right above that zero line, and it will be a big pump, let me tell you that. But we need to do it. So critical week for XRP, I would say, because if we have a bad week for XRP, we will cross below that zero line. And that's just so out of the realms of being normal, because looking at this zero line with the TSI on the 1 week chart, when we cross below, it's a sort of a bear market. And looking at all crypto, looking at all the market drivers, we're nowhere at a bear market or in a bear market. So if I were to go out on a limb, not financial advice, XRP is going to have a big week this week, in my opinion. So critical level for that, for XRP. Everything else, critical levels, you know what to look for. And that's going to be it for this market update on this Sunday. I'll be at the Drake concert for the next 4 hours, but I'll be up all night after that. So if you guys are up, Stargate VIPs, shoot me a DM in the Discord, and I'll be assessing the charts at that point and reflecting and doing an update on what I see and kind of what pans out from now until then. So I will see you guys in the Discord and in the next video, and I hope you guys have a great week.